Let's get this Safari Turbo Moped going. Part 1 of getting this Safari Moped back on the road. Let's start by checking for spark and compression. First thing I tried was seeing if I could get spark with how it was sitting. No luck, so I broke out my alligator clip wires. I take my wires and make sure the blue wire from the ignition is connected to a ground. I also check that the kill switch is set to run. I try again with no luck. Then I remove the external ignition coil, plug, and boot that came with the bike. I remove any loose wiring in the way. I want to simplify the wiring to just what is needed to generate spark. I use my alligator clip wires to hook up my testing equipment to the moped. I also have an external ignition coil with a condenser attached. I pair that with a good spark plug and spark plug boot. This way I can rule out a bad spark plug, ignition coil, and condenser when testing for spark. I clean the surface of the head with a wire brush. This will be what I use as the ground. After testing, I'll locate a better ground when it's time to clean up the wiring. I hook all of that up and test for spark again. No luck there either. After that, I remove the fan cover and fan to check if the points are opening and closing. I adjust the point gap and try again. I check that my spark plug boot and cable from the ignition coil pack are not loose. This way I rule out a loose connection in those locations. I run the drill for a while. My theory for this is to charge up the condenser. No luck. So I get my continuity tester out and make sure I'm getting a good connection with all my wiring I'm using for troubleshooting. I remove the flywheel and take a look for any damage or corrosion. Everything looks good, so I test the ignition with the continuity tester. The continuity tester has a small light that will turn on when the circuit is complete. If there is a break in the circuit, it will not light up. When the points are closed, the tester should light up. When the points open, the tester light should be off. The light stayed on as I rotated the flywheel, which means the points are not opening. The points need to open around top dead center in order to generate a spark. I test and adjust the points until I get the continuity tester light to turn on and off while the flywheel spins. Once it does that, I know the points are opening and closing as they should and when they should. Next, I connect my external ignition coil and turn the flywheel using a drill to test for spark. Once I get spark with my test equipment, I hook up the original equipment and test for spark again. If I didn't get spark, I would then start to test the external ignition coil, then the spark plug, followed by the plug wire and boot. Lastly, the internal condenser. Luckily, the issue were the points not opening. All of the other ignition equipment is working and the bike has spark now. I also adjusted the timing while I was troubleshooting. Lastly, I did a little finger compression test.